Here in the I button and in description box below, you will get complete playlist of discrete mathematics. Welcome to video number 4 on the topic that is relation. Okay, yes. In this video, we are going to see second type of relation. Okay, second type of relation, that is irreflexive relation. In previous video, that is in video number 3, we have studied the first type of relation, that is reflexive relation. And in video number 4, that is in this video, we are going to study irreflexive relation. Okay, yes. So before I start this video, I would request you to subscribe to my channel, and if you learn something from my videos, then please hit the like button and do share the playlist of this chapter with your friends. Okay, yes, let us start. While studying types of relation, we have only one set, that is set A. Okay, we have set A. So when we are studying relation, we need Cartesian product. Okay, so we'll take the self cross product of set A, that is A cross A. Okay, yes. So let us start with irreflexive relation. A relation R on a set A is said to be irreflexive if A comma A does not belongs to that relation. Okay, does not belongs to R for every A belongs to A. Okay, yes. There should not be any reflex. Yes, A comma A means if you put A equals to 1, so it has to be 1 comma 1. Okay, 1 comma 1 should not be present in that relation. Okay, if you put A equals to 2, then it is 2 comma 2. 2 comma 2 should also not be present in that relation. If you put A equals to 3, so 3 comma 3 should also not be present in that relation. So if any relation, okay, if there is a relation which does not contain 1 comma 1, 2 comma 2, 3 comma 3, then that relation is said to be irreflexive relation. Okay, yes. Let us take one example. Let's say you have a set that is set A equals to 1, 2 and 3. These are elements. Okay, yes. Now what we need is Cartesian product. Okay, that is self cross product of this set A. That is how much? A cross A. This is my matrix formation. Okay, this is my matrix form of this Cartesian product of A cross A. Now here 1, 2, 3 are placed in row, 1, 2 and 3 are placed in column. So 1, 1, 1, 11, 1, 2, 12, 1, 3, 13. This first element belongs to row and the second element belongs to column. Okay, yes, I hope this point is clear. Okay, now if you see 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, these three elements, okay, these three pairs are reflexive pairs. Okay, yes, these three pairs are my reflexive pairs, as you can see. Now if any pair, if any relation contains any of this reflexive pair, then that if any pair contains any of this reflexive pair, then that relation is not said to be, that is not my irreflexive relation. Okay, then that relation is not irreflexive relation. Okay, or you can say any relation that does not contain any of these. Okay, if that relation does not contain any of these reflexive pair, then that relation is said to be irreflexive relation. Okay, clear? Any relation that does not contain any of these reflexive pair, that is said to be irreflexive relation. But if any relation contains any of the, okay, any of these reflexive pair, then that is not my irreflexive relations. Okay, yes. Now if you want to know what is irreflexive relation, then there is only one graphical representation, that is no self loop on any node. Okay, there should not be any self loop on any node. Okay, let's say we have three node, that is 1, 2 and 3. Okay, yes, this is possible, this is possible. Okay, this is also possible, this is also possible, this is also possible. Okay, but this is not possible. Okay, this is not possible. Okay, if there is self loop on any of this node, then that is not irreflexive relation. Okay, for irreflexive relation, there should not be any self loop, okay, on any of the nodes. Okay, yes, this is my graphical representation of irreflexive relation. Now we will take some example, and I am sure that by these examples only the concept will be much more clear. Okay, yes. So my first relation is phi. What is phi? Phi is an empty set, or you can say null set. Okay, yes. When we studied that is subset, in that case I have told you that phi, that is empty set, is a subset of every set or every relation. Okay, every set or every relation. So R equals to phi. But if you say r equals to 5, then this relation does not contain any of these three, any of the three any of the three reflexive pair. Okay, this relation does not contain any of the reflexive pair, so this is said to be my irreflexive relation. Okay, since it does not contain any of the reflexive pair, so this relation is said to be irreflexive relation. Okay, yes. Now coming to the second relation, that is 1 comma 1. Yes, here you can see 1 comma 1. Okay, this is my reflexive pair. Okay, so since in this relation there is a reflexive pair, then this is not my irreflexive relation. Okay, now coming to the third relation, that is 1 comma 1, 2 comma 2, 3 comma 3. It contains all the reflexive pairs, so this is also not my irreflexive relation. But since in this relation all the reflexive pairs are present, so this is said to be my reflexive relation. Okay, this is said to be my reflexive relations. Okay, so in other words, you can say if all the reflexive pairs are present, then that type of relation is known as reflexive relation. If none of these reflexive pair is present, then that type of relation is known as irreflexive relation. Okay, yes. Now coming to the fourth example, that is fourth relation, that is 1 2 2 3 2 1. Yes, none of the pair is reflexive pair. Okay, so this is my example for, yes, that is irreflexive relation. Now coming to the fifth part, that is A cross A. If the relation is A cross A, it means the whole Cartesian. Okay, yes, whole elements. Okay, all the pairs are considered in A cross A. Okay, in that case you can say this contains these three elements also, these three elements, or you can say these three pairs are also considered. If you take A cross A, in that case we will say that this is not my irreflexive relation. Okay, this is not an example for irreflexive relation. Now we will discuss what is the smallest possible irreflexive relation and what is the largest possible irreflexive relation. Yes, if you see here we have a relation that is, it contains only one, that is pi. This is not an element. Okay, this is a subset of any relation, that is R. Okay, yes. So here in this relation, how many elements or how many pairs are there? 0. Okay, so this is the smallest possible. This is said to be the, yes, smallest possible irreflexive relation. Now what is the maximum possible irreflexive relation? Yes, if you see in this, okay, in this matrix form, that is A cross A, Cartesian product of this matrix. Yes, so here we have total 9 elements. Okay, yes, if in this 9 elements, that is, this is what, this is my A cross A. If you remove these diagonal elements, or you can say diagonal pairs, then the rest elements or rest pairs, that is 1 2 1 3 1 2 sorry 2 1 2 3 3 1 3 2, these all are my non-diagonal elements. Okay, non-diagonal pairs. Okay, which is not reflexive pair. Okay, these three elements are the reflexive pair, but if you remove these three from other, okay, if you remove these three pair, okay, which are reflexive pair, then the other non-diagonal elements are my non-reflexive pairs. Okay, yes. So out of this, okay, out of this, that is A cross A, simply remove diagonal elements. So yes, here the relation equals to A cross A. Now I need to subtract. Okay, that is, yes, yes, this is a triangle with subscript A. Okay, and this is what? This is nothing but your diagonal pairs. Okay, diagonal pairs. Simply remove diagonal pairs from your Cartesian product. Okay, you will get maximum or you can say largest number of irreflexive relation. Okay, so this is said to be largest. Okay, this is said to be largest possible irreflexive relation. Now after this we need to find the number of irreflexive relations. Okay, after this we need to find number of irreflexive relations. Let's say, okay, let me tell you with some example. Yes, here we have set A, the number of elements are how much? 3. Okay, here the number of elements in this set is how much? 3. Let's suppose this is my n. Okay, yes, here if you want to make Cartesian product, okay, yes, that is A cross A, and the number of elements present in this A cross is how much? 3 3 3, that is 3 plus 3 plus 3, that is 9, which is equals to 3 square, which is equals to n square. Okay, if this is n, then this has to be n square. Okay, yes, I think this point is clear to you. Now, since this is the elements that are present or the pairs that are present in A cross A are 9, the number of diagonals are how much in this Cartesian product? That is 3. Okay, 3. So diagonal will be how much? That is 3. If there are n elements in a row and column, then it will be the number of diagonal elements will be how much? N. Okay, yes. Now, if you want irreflexive relation, then you need to remove, okay, in that relation these three, okay, these three reflexive pairs should not be present in that relation. Okay, or you can say if you have this Cartesian, that is n square. Okay, if you have A cross A of n square elements, okay, in that case the number of choices that we are left with, okay, that is n square minus n. Okay, yes, n square means all 9 elements minus n. This n means number of diagonal elements. So this is my choice of pairs. Okay, which, okay, that is reflexive relations. For reflexive relations, this is my choice of pairs. Now, since if you see in this example, yes, this is an example for irreflexive relation. Let's say this is not present. Okay, if you remove this 1 comma 2, this relation is again my irreflexive relation. It means for every pair we have a choice that we may contain this pair or we don't contain this pair. Okay, so for every pair we have two choices. So we can say finally that is the number of irreflexive relation is how much? 2 to the power n square minus n. Okay, thank you.